Good morning, everyone, and welcome back for math. Today we're going to be focusing on graphing. So I'm actually going to show you our graphing worksheet. So at the top it says graphs and charts, and it's going to have 4 different kinds of fruit listed on the side. It'll have apples, bananas, pears, and oranges. And then there will be 8 questions listed at the bottom. So I'd like you to find this in your packet. So the title again is Graphs and Charts, and it has 4 different fruits listed on the side. Apples, bananas, pears, oranges, with 8 different questions. That's the sheet we're going to be working with today. So if you need a few extra minutes or time to get that out of your packet, you can pause the video and then press play when you have it. We're just going to go over about 5 vocab words that we're going to be hearing about or as we read the questions below here. So the first one is graphs. So we're all familiar in school, we've been working with graphs. We haven't really seen too many graphs that look like this, but we've seen more of the graphs where the title is on the bottom and then we color up, okay? Then we're going to see more or most. So that means which one had the most votes or which number is more. And then we'll see questions that have less and least. So which one had the least amount of votes and less, so like the smaller number as we associate it in class. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to need 4 different color crayons, markers, pens, whatever you have in your house to help you color in for each different fruit. So what I'm going to ask you to do is if you could get those 4 colors in front of you, I'd like you to pause the video. And then once you have those 4 different colors in front of you, I'd like you to press play. So what we're going to do is I have 4 different colors, and I'm just going to put a dot next to each. So orange is going to represent my apples, so I know. Pink is going to represent my bananas. Green is going to represent my pears. And oranges, blue is going to represent that. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do the same thing I did. Put a dot next to each of a fruit, each fruit. Okay, so each fruit represents a different color. So again, I have orange for apples, and you don't have to copy the same colors that I have. You can use 4 different colors or even 4 of the same, doesn't matter. Pink for bananas, green for pears, and then blue for oranges. So that's our first step in setting up our chart. The next thing is, if you look below the apples, I see the number 10. This is indicating that 10 people voted for apples or eat apples for lunch is what we're talking about, okay? So that means that I would have to color in 10 circles for apples. So the number below the fruit represents how many circles you're going to be coloring in. So apples has 10, so I'm just going to color in 10 circles. And you may do the same with me. So we're going to color in 10 circles for apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'll just double check to make sure that I have 10 colored in for apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to move down to bananas. And underneath, the number underneath bananas is 3, indicating that bananas got 3 votes. So I'm going to make sure I find the same color that I put the dot next to, which is pink. And I'm going to color in 3 circles for bananas, as you will do the same. 1, 2, 3. And then when we're done with the video, you would color in the pears. So you'd color in 5 circles for pears and 7 circles for oranges. I'm going to answer 2 of the questions with you. So number 1 says, what is the most popular fruit? So what you would do is you would look up here and you would see which fruit has the most colored in, okay? Which fruit has the most colored in. And the one that has the most colored in would be apples. Now remember, you also need to just fill in the pears and the oranges when we're done with the video. I just wanted to do 2 questions with you and help get you started on your own. So apples is the most popular fruit. Remember, most is which has more. So which one had more votes, and that would be apples. So then I would just write in a pencil, I would write apples on the line. So you're copying right from here. And then we're going to do number 2, and it says which one was the least popular vote. So remember, least means less, so the less amount. And after, if I colored in the rest of this, the least amount of vote would be the bananas, because bananas only had 3 votes. So I'd write bananas over here. Okay, so we did the first 2 coloring in the chart together, and then the first 2 questions. So your job, once this video is over, is you're going to color in the amount of pears and the amount of oranges, and then you're going to answer the rest of the questions on your own. I just want to jump back over here because you're going to be seeing a lot of these keywords. So most means more, and least means less. So we've been talking about more and less in graphing in school. So I just want you, don't get confused. When you do see the word most, it only means more. And when you see the word least, it does mean less. So then you're going to come back, your color in the 5 pears up top, color in the 7 oranges below, and then you would answer your questions. When you're done, you can have your parent or an adult or your older brother or sister take a picture of this and then send it to me so I can see what a nice job everyone did. Remember, if you get stuck on a question, make sure that you ask for help, but try your best to look at the graph, okay? And then after this, it will be time for life skills to end the day. So I will see you all in life skills.